Hello everybody, welcome to Short Shot Archery, and today some really interesting news came out of World Archery. So there is new rules for the Hyundai Archery World Cup, and they've been approved by the executive board. So let's go take a look at this. There's a posting on World Archery about it, and then some other places put it up too. So I'll have links to them because some of them have their own opinion. So I'm going to be going over the new rules for the World Cup final. It looks like just for qualifying for the World Cup final. And I will be giving you my opinion / take on it, and I would love to hear what you think about it as well in the comment section down below. So now let's get into talking about what is this new rule that was approved. So these rules are approved for the 2018 World Archery season. This was done during the conference on the 17th of January 2018, and basically what this includes is the winner of each stage of the circuit automatically qualifies for the World Archery Cup final. What World Archery is saying is that this alteration will have minimally impacted individuals qualifying for the finals itself over the recent years. So they looked back at other World Cup finals and how those archers qualified for those events. And I guess through their research they found that there would be minimum effect for the World Cup finals outcome, at least the outcome of who qualifies for the final. So that being said, they're saying by doing this they're increasing the significance of winning a gold medal match at the World Cup events, which totally makes sense. They're also indicating that since the film from the World Cup events is distributed to broadcasters around the world, it looks like it's going to be better for the advertisement or use of the of the World Archery Cups for advertisement on some of these broadcasting sites, organizations, things like that, which is really good because, one, we do need to advertise archery more, and the more people that are seen watching this, the more money that's coming in to help the organizations, but then it also goes down and it benefits the archers themselves, and it's going to help grow the sport. So that is a really good thing to see that they are focusing on that, at least in my opinion. Let's see what else. Now, the 2 per country maximum still applies based on ranking points. So a country can still only take 2 archers per division. So 2 men's recurve, 2 men's compound, 2 women's recurve, 2 women's compound. So that way no country totally sweeps the medals. So that's cool that they kept that. I think that's a really good idea. Next up, there was an adjustment to the medal match procedures on the circuit. The higher seeded athlete is going to be choosing to shoot first or second, and the lower seeded athlete will be able to choose the right or left target. At least that's what I'm getting from reading the information in front of me. Now, for the World Cup final itself, this is also very interesting. Only the 2 top seeds at the World Archery Cup final will be pre-seeded at the top and bottom of the bracket. So you'll get Number 1 qualifying will be on the top of the bracket. Number 2 is at the bottom of the bracket. And then the middle, everybody else, the other 6 archers, because there's 8 archers that get to go per division to the World Cup final, those other 6 archers are going to be picked out of a hat 2 days prior to the event, which could be a really good thing or it could be a really bad thing, pretty much just based on the luck of the draw, which kind of makes it more exciting to watch the World Cup final because, in years past, you would know, oh, number 1 is going to go against number 8. I would love to see the number 8 guy or girl win, but odds are they probably don't stand a chance. This really mixes it up because now, say the 3rd highest ranked archer in the world goes in draws, and it turns out they're going into, I don't know, bracket 1. So their number 3 is going to go against number 1 archer right away. That could be a a nice upset there, and there's a good possibility of an upset because shooting-wise, those two archers are probably a lot closer score-wise and per arrow value-wise than, say, number 1 versus number 8. They're even quoted saying that these changes add clearer stories to the season and make the field fairer while retaining the spirit and integrity of competition. Also, the implementation of the shoot-up format at the 2018 World Archery Field Championships in Cortina, Italy, was also approved following its successful introduction into the World Games 2017. World Archery also recommended an additional men's compound and women's compound place available exclusively for para-athletes, and this was added to the World Games program for 2021 in the interest of, including everybody. So overall, I think this is really good for the sport of archery and how it's shown on the world stage. Now, one of the things that came to mind for at least, from me reading this, and you can read the full article if you want, links in the description down below, is I thought that this is really good for a smaller country, maybe one that doesn't, maybe not necessarily stand a chance, but their odds of being able to afford to go to all the World Cups and get enough qualifying points, is not really likely or is not really affordable for that country. They could send, their top archers maybe to 1 or 2 events, try to secure that gold medal position, and then by securing that gold medal position, automatically qualify for the World Cup final. That's like a really cool opportunity that's now available, and you'll get that really neat, the neat story of the real underdog winning over some of these really bigger names, bigger countries in archery. Now, on the flip side, some of these more dominant countries may actually have it harder. And kind of hear me out on this. So, if your country is really dominant in a particular division, by these rules and set up for qualifying for the final going in, it actually, at least in my mind, makes the competition for them, amongst their, say their 4 top archers, even more intense. Because if you think about it, some of these countries may qualify their 2 spots for their, for their one team in the first 2 World Cups. Well, then what happens to the other World Cups? Well, either they don't show up at all, which I highly doubt would happen, but that would help out, bringing some new names into the sport and mixing it up a bit. Or, on the other hand, there'll be a really intense, training and fight in the first 2 World Cups, or the first, maybe 2 or 3, amongst some of these archery teams that are already known for their dominance in the sport amongst each other, because you you only have 2 spots, but there's 4 of you that are all really good shots. So I think that dynamic will be really fun to watch. On the flip side, though, if they do secure their 2 spots, whatever country it is, then if you go to the other ones, you can go, yes, to win, but it also messes up the rankings of all the other archers, because say you already qualified for your spot at the first World Cup. If you go to the next 3 and you keep taking gold, which obviously is extremely hard, and all the bonuses to you for actually pulling that off, because that's an amazing feat. But if you are capable of doing that and do that, you'll really be messing with all the other countries trying to automatically secure their spot in the World Cup final. Now, of course, this could have happened before, and it probably really did happen before regardless, because of how dominant some countries are in the ranking system. But I don't know, it was just an idea that came into my head, and I think it's going to be really fun and beneficial for everybody, this new rule change. But I would love to hear what you guys have to think in the comments down below. This is just my little idea, and I'm definitely open for anybody else's suggestions. Maybe you think this is a terrible idea, or maybe you would like to see this improved further. So let me know, and hopefully you enjoyed this little news update. Hope you enjoyed watching. Please like and subscribe, and as always, Happy shooting!